Hello everybody, how's it going out there? So now you got a couple wheel swaps under your belt. Now you're ready to move on to the next step, which is paint work. So we're going to take our 510 that we wheel swapped and we're going to repaint it. Now this is going to involve stripping the paint off of here. You can just paint over top, but the paint from the factory is already built up pretty thick. So adding another layer on top of that, you're going to start losing little details like your body lines, your door handles and stuff like that. So you're almost always better off to just take this down to bare metal and repaint it. So one little thing to keep in mind, since we are stripping all the paint off of this, you want to choose a car that has just basic details on it. Like if we take this Skyline, for example, it's got headlights, it's got grille detail, it's got tail lights. When you take the paint off, you're going to have a real hard time putting those details back onto there. You can get water slide decals for headlights and grille detail and stuff, but we're keeping it simple for right now. So this just has some basic side marker lights, and we can maybe color in the headlights later, but for now, we're just gonna stick to doing a basic repaint. A couple more examples of what I'm talking about here. See this Datsun truck? The headlight and grille are part of the interior plastic. So when we repaint this, we're not having to worry at all about putting the headlight and grille details back on it. Or this Bronco here, the headlight and grille details are part of the base. So same thing, we can repaint this without having to worry too much about putting any key details back on the casting. Now, to get the paint off, we use paint stripper. You can get this in the paint department at pretty much any hardware store. I've tried a few different kinds and they pretty much all seem to work about the same. You'll find them in cans like this usually. Now, all we're gonna do is pour a little bit onto the car, take a brush, spread it around, and wait for it to do its thing. That actually came out really nice. Sometimes a car will just jump right out of their paint. Other times you got to repeat this process a few times to get it all off. So now all we're going to do is just take a paper towel, wipe as much of this off as we can. Now I'm just going to run this under some water and use a brush to scrub the rest of it off, and I'll be right back. So now I'm back and the car is looking like this. We got most of the paint off, but there's still little bits here and there. So what we can do to get those off, in the door jambs here, we can just take a little pin, any kind of sharp pokey thing, and just scrape that paint out of there. Just like that. What we can also do too, you can take a brass wire brush and just scrub it. That'll take any little remaining bits of paint off of the casting. And after just a couple minutes of scrubbing, all we're going to need to do now is give it a quick wash with soapy water, and it's ready for paint.